Would you please move? You are the cutest thing that I have ever seen today. Hey, it's Ray, and I'm gonna be talking about the topic that has probably been the most requested for me to talk about ever. People really like hearing stories about misfortunes and psychos, and thankfully for the world, I'm very well versed in both. My battery in my microphone just decided to up and die today, so we are using built-in mics. God save us all. So despite the ridiculously long introduction, today I'm finally going to be talking about my experience with being stalked at University of Arizona. Right here is the sequence of everything that happened. So if you see me looking at either of these, that is why. Be independent for 10 minutes. I attended the University of Arizona straight out of high school, and I think I moved in like the second week of August to my dorm. I wanted to rush, and so if you rush, you have to get there a week early and move in like a week before everybody else comes down as freshmen. So with that in mind, understand that almost all of my friends upon starting at University of Arizona were in sororities or fraternities or had rushed because they were planning on joining a sorority or a fraternity. My very first friend group that I made all lived in a dorm that was completely across campus. Graham Greenlee is very central to campus. It's almost right on the mall, it's near Highland Market, and it's just very centered, which is why I chose it. All of my new friends lived in Elder Lodge though. So really for the first month, that was where I spent most of my time. Classes were going fine. I want to say it was like the middle of September, so about a month after classes had started and we'd moved down. Shay and I were taking a nap in the room because we were been up late studying the night before. And when we woke up, there was a little note under our door that had been slid underneath, and I think it said room 106 on the outside, which was the room that we stayed in. Hi, if you're at Graham Greenlee room 106 and you're watching this, you're about to find out all the psycho shit that happened in that room. So yeah, so there's this little, like, it looks like a flyer from the RAs. Usually they'll like drop stuff under the door if there's an event or a hall meeting. And so I saw it, I didn't really think anything of it, went back to bed. When I opened it, it wasn't from the RA. I made like a completely separate video reading this first letter, but guess what? Most people have not watched it, so I'm going to read the first letter again. Okay. Letter number 1. And this one was typed, by the way. I'll like put an image up on the screen as I read it. To the 2 girls in room 106. We've been in school for a month now, and you still both walk around Greenlee like who think they're too good for this place. In fact, I don't even think you know anyone in the building, and that's plain retarded. I hate that word. Maybe if you stop pretending like you're too cool to talk to anyone but sorority girls and frat guys, you'd realize that we're actually people too and have personalities, despite being in Graham Greenlee. Side note, as centrally located as Graham Greenlee was, as a dorm as a whole, kind of shitly. Honestly, it pisses me off that anyone can be so arrogant. It also pisses me off that you guys are probably gonna read this thinking it's from an unpopular resident that's jealous or something. Egotistic much? They say people who are narcissistic are usually the ones that have the most problems with themselves. Let me assure you, it's not just me that feels this way, but all my friends here too, that know who you are and watch you come in without saying hi to anyone. To Ray/Shay with pink hair. I had pink hair. To Ray/Shay with pink hair. You're not famous. Stop wearing sunglasses and carrying around Starbucks like you think you're hot. I didn't think I was hot. I was broke as. To Ray/Shay with blonde hair. Do you even live here? The only time I've ever seen you, you smelled like and were stalking the vending machine. Same with the redhead. You're all so annoying and need to get over yourselves. Did you not know that high school ended? I can't believe I just wasted that much time writing to 2 people who I couldn't care less about, but I can't So my memory card just became full and stopped recording. After the first letter, I want to say there's probably about a month, and sure enough, what showed up under our door, just like last time, tucked neatly into thirds. Knowing that we're around the dorm more often, hearing us talk and hearing us laugh, they're all things that indicate like a certain level of surveillance, and that was really what made us more uncomfortable than the fact that somebody didn't like us. I think this was around November. Because this was around November, that was it for the rest of the fall semester. When we were on break, I kind of got a surprise text from my roommate Shay. She essentially just said that University of Arizona wasn't working out for her and she had made the decision to move out. I was bummed because Shay was a really good roommate. I was also like, oh, I'm gonna have a single. I was making plans, y'all. I was gonna have a mega bed. I was gonna make a little fort. I was gonna have my TV set up so that all angles of the room could view. It was gonna be magical. But the best laid plans... What is that expression? I'm having a Michael Scott moment. Best laid plans go on or something like that. Despite the fact that I was excited about having a single or the potential of having a single, I also had another friend who had a terrible roommate in every sense of the word. When she found out that Shay moved out and I kind of understood the full extent of just how bad her roommate was, I had to let homegirl come in. Within the first, probably like 2 weeks of her moving in, guess what was waiting for us under the door? I personally thought the letters were gonna completely end because it was always Ray and Shay, the two girls in room 106. And after Shay moved out, I figured like someone isn't gonna have that much beef that they're just gonna start going after me. The now one girl in room 106. Your friend is gone and there's no one left on the floor to support your bull. Honestly, Amy shouldn't even be living with you. God knows you'll try to turn her into an airhead sorority too. For the record, I did not join a sorority. Realizing what being in a sorority entailed, I would have rather pulled off my big toe with a pair of pliers. Plus, if I was in Greek life, it would be a fraternity that I establish, and it would be Alpha Sigma Sigma. A message to Amy. Ray's not a nice person and everything about her is so fake. Don't give her the time of day, and honestly, Ray, watch your back. A group of us here are just about ready to do anything to see your dumb ass gone. Sincerely, a GG resident waiting for KJ to bail out. While I personally didn't really care about it and I thought it was just kind of like empty threats, this is when the attention of the RAs really started to come into play. And I think it was after this letter that they made the first police report of stalking. I think that was the start of our case. And Amy, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but it is crucial to the storyline. At this time, Amy was dating somebody who, the relationship wasn't the best. They fought a lot over really stupid things. Having said that, I was shocked when we got our next letter. To the two girls in room 106, see, it went back to two girls instead of just me. It literally kills me that over the past few weeks, the tables have turned and karma did my job for me. How does it feel to live with constant bickering that's so loud we can literally hear them fighting from the lobby? I don't know what you did, but ever since Shay left, Starbucks has actually been way more docile and actually lives in Greenlee. I'm Starbucks, by the way. Meanwhile, her old self has rubbed off on Amy in the loud and obnoxious department. Although that could just be because her and Tristan never shut the up. Literally, LOL. Congrats, Ray. Now you're stuck with a roommate who would make me want to transfer too. Karma's a GG resident who's laugh out louding. And it became an issue where every time we got a letter, our RA, who by the way lived next door and wasn't catching this person slipping letters under our door, she was really concerned that they were going to do something rash. And a week after we got that letter, They did. So the way that the dorms are situated is we were in a very small hallway. I think there was only 8 rooms total. At the end of the hallway, it was the bathroom on the right side, and then on the left side, you could exit the building. And on the other side, before the hallway, was the lobby for the entire dorm. Me and my friends were watching Impractical Jokers, which was a pretty common, after class ritual that we did. Amy came in, watched a little bit of a TV with us, and then was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the room, I have to shower, I'll be around. And I can't remember if it was because I left my wallet or my phone, but I left something in the room. So while all the boys were watching Impractical in the front room lobby, okay, I think it was a phone charger. Whatever it was that I went to get, I went back to the room. The door, it was closed and it looked closed, but when I put my key into the door, it pushed open, so it hadn't actually latched, it was just appeared to be closed. And when I walked inside, I knew we were Amy is a very neat person. I'm not neat, but I'm some organized chaos is what I like to call it. When I went in the room, all of Amy's sheets and comforters were on the floor, my comforters were on the floor, purse was on the ground as well. I don't remember if Amy's was. Her laptop was like strewn across her corner, like clearly off the charger. It literally looked like someone had taken it and just like chucked it across the room. And it was like that. I mean, it really was like, I don't know how to explain it other than like, you just know the person who had been leaving us stuff had been in our room. Let me pause. When I was leaving, I saw Amy's ID card. It changed the charge from a misdemeanor to a felony. And I remember being like, what's going on? Good luck, Ray. And yeah, it was